Okay, so today we have Morrissey, the Kid's a Looker, studio in session. So I guess there's some kind of banter going on before we actually get into the song here, but somebody suggested this video in particular, and I thought, what the hell, why not? So let's get into this, talk about it after. Here we go, the Kid's a Looker.
Hey Tony, how you doing? Good to see you, man.
I'm so excited.
Are you alive?
Yeah, I'm alive.
Yeah, well.
I'm alive.
So they played nothing so far?
No, well, like Lloyd and everybody, they played. We have a sound and everything. Charlie was going to substitute for you. We haven't heard the vocal mic yet.
There's no substitute.
No, I know. But we have no balance yet. You know, I have no idea how loud you're going to sing or he's going to sing or whatever. Hey guys, how close are we to getting the whole band play?
We're ready when they are.
Okay, we are ready.
Pretty dramatic.
We can dance or sing. We can't do anything. But what the hell? The kids who look at just add cash and stir. And there you are, another nonsense non-stop. La 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 la
Beautiful. That drumming, too.
There's no pretense. This kid is dense. But what the hell? The people look at just add cash and stir. And the crass consumers line up shoulder to shoulder.
Oh. I love it.
Sometime through the night, the kids took his life. So very sad. However, do not call this number again. We're busy molding the face of the kid's replacement. Yeah.
The futuristic.
Fantastic.
I think that was really good.
That was
That was
excellent.
fantastic.
ready to go if we...
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Sounds great, everybody. Wonderful.
What else is new? Well, there you go. Morrissey, the Kids Looker, studio in session. Like, I don't know what I said off the top, but I could have just did the song, could have just done the song, whatever. But somebody suggested this, and I thought, what the hell? A little bit, I don't know what this was for or whatever, you know, but either way, it looks like, you know, they were filming something, and they filmed this session, of course. Anyway, and then they were showing them carrying, you know, cases out. Anyway, yeah, this was fun as hell to me. I don't know why Morrissey is so funny to me. And again, I mean, I reacted, I keep bringing it up. I think I brought it up last week, but you talk about electronic song, about Morrissey, you know, about, I guess, you know, kind of a parody of who Morrissey, you know, is or whatever, or his character or whatever, you know, who he pretends to be, whatever the hell it is. And just, you know, how a lot of his lyrics or whatever kind of sad and all this stuff, and, you know, and how he seems to be kind of miserable, whatever. But then you see stuff like this, and I've talked about it before. I think I brought it up last week, but the big story that always comes to mind, and I am a fan, but of Noel Gallagher talking about how he had a night out with Morrissey and they went drinking, and how Morrissey is so quick-witted. And again, you feel that in his music and his lyrics and stuff like that, but he's so quick-witted and he's just so funny, and you know, he's one of the funniest people that Noel knows or whatever. Anyway, so that always comes to mind, and he's just so dry. He has such a dry wit about him, and it's just like, I don't know, it makes me laugh. Again, what did he say when he was going into Tony Visconti, I guess that is the last name there, and Tony seems very upbeat, kind of energetic, and here comes Morrissey, and, you know, just like, are you awake? And I don't know why it makes me laugh so hard. He just seems like, again, there's such a mystique. I don't know if I'd say mystique, but there's some kind of thing that people think Morrissey is, and it just, to me, he just seems like a hilarious guy. And he doesn't even try to be. Anyway, and, but yeah, he just seems, everyone just seems energetic, and Morrissey's just kind of like, what's going on? Anyway, and again, the whole thing, you know, there's no substitute for me. And I just love that too. You know, very confident in himself, and he should be. Because again, here he had a very strong vocal. I say it every time, but you could say whatever you want about whatever music it is or whatever song it is, but his vocals seem to always be up there. You know, his vocals always seem strong. He always seems to have a healthy voice, if you want to say that much here too. And I mean, his la la la's in the song. I'll get to talking about the song here soon, I guess. And, you know, his different la la la's, the way he would hold on to his notes. It just, I mean, again, they talked about how they didn't test the mic yet and they were going to have somebody do it. And again, he said, no one can, you know, replace me or whatever. No one can replicate this. And then he tested it out. And I mean, it sounded perfect to me anyway. And then again, at the end, I like how they say, you know, that sounded great, whatever, that was fantastic. Morrissey said it sounded fantastic. And then I forget what Tony says, and then Morrissey just kind of like, yeah, well, you know, again, he just, the way he takes compliments or whatever, it just seems so funny to me. Anyway, I love it. Anyway, and I loved to watch it. But yeah, I love how it starts off. I mean, like I said, very dramatic. I mean, the drumming here too, very like, tumbling, is that like a word? Thunderous anyway, but the drumming is just like, it's just, I don't know, it's right in your face. It's very punchy drumming. I would say, I can't find a personnel for this specific recording here, but from what I was looking, maybe Matt Walker on the drums, I feel like might have been anyway. Either way, it might have been, or maybe a different Matt, I forget the other guy's last name, Chamberlain or something. Either way, but I think it was Walker, I want to say. But again, I loved his profound sound here on the drums there. I just loved how kind of, again, thunderous and fast he was playing while Morrissey was, you know, giving his all on the vocals. And, the guitar work here too. I would imagine Boz and Jesse, you know, the usual suspects here. There is one little freaking personnel I was looking at here anyway, who, you know, that might be it. This is for the BBC, June 2011. I think this was from July 2011. At least that's what the description says on YouTube. But anyway, so this would have been like maybe a month after this recording here from the BBC. So it might be the same people. Anyway, it says the musicians that played on that other recording, who might be on this one: Boz Borer, Jesse Tobias, both on guitars, Matt Walker on drums, and Solomon Walker on bass, and Gustavo, of course, on keyboards. So yeah, yeah, I imagine it might be the same people there, and that we do know was probably Boz and Jesse, because they're always there, and I do believe Matt was on the drums. But anyway, thrashing sound. I feel like it kind of let up maybe a little bit by the end of the track there, but yeah, thrashing kind of guitar sound, very kind of hard rock, maybe I want to say in your face kind of style, a bit frantic, a bit kind of fast again, you know, with, like I said, fast with the drum work, but also with the guitar work there, and yeah, and then Morrissey though, I just kept kind of looking at Morrissey the whole time, because he just seemed to be on top of his game vocally anyway. I mean, like I said, he came in there asking if you know, Tony's alive, and it seemed like Morrissey was also alive. He was just ready to go, and like they said, you know, sounded fantastic, and I thought it sounded fantastic as well. And then there was that, maybe it was the keyboard there from Gustavo, kind of had a, like I said, a futuristic kind of bright sound to it, almost reminded me of like you know, the beginning of like Moving in Stereo by the Cars, you know, just for the couple seconds you hear, especially near the end of it when everything's over. Anyway, whatever sound that was, you know, I'm not very, I guess, proficient still in all this music stuff. I just kind of say what I want to say, you know, try to, you know, get it across as best as I can. But again, I'm not that smart with this whole music stuff and instruments, but I do my best. And anyway, like I said, kind of a thrashing, big sound, like I said, very dramatic, and by the end of it, and it kind of let up a little bit anyway, but at the same point, I loved the work between Matt and Morrissey the most here, and I'm just a Matt kind of I guess lover, but of his work anyway, and yeah, I thought they worked very well together there, and again, it seemed like everyone had a good time anyway through the sound. I have seen that people don't really, some people like the song, and some people think it's not that great or whatever, that it is a bad song, but again, I didn't listen to the, I guess, the known version. I listened to the session, whatever, because I wanted to, and it just seemed like they were having fun anyway, and like everyone said, they're fantastic, and I guess, would they say anything less? I don't know, but I thought it was fun anyway. And the banter made me laugh, so maybe that's why, you know, I like the song even more. I don't know, but yeah, it's just yeah, it was enjoyable to me, and the lyrics too were very enjoyable, and yeah, just it seemed fun anyway. But especially, I talked about Gustavo. I didn't really mention too much about him, but the keyboards and that chorus especially, I thought were fun, and everything's just so fun. But you know, great parts of it. And I'm trying to find the lyrics here. Oh yes, my goodness. The lyrics were kind of hard to find. They're not on genius.com like I usually check, but I found them somewhere else anyway. So let me look here. He can't dance or sing. He can't do anything. But what the hell, the kid's a looker. And again, I laughed a lot too, because not only was Morrissey funny just with his banter, but he was funny with these lyrics. And I mean, they're witty, they're kind of a bit rude, they're crude, you might say, whatever, but that's a goddamn point. I mean, he's being real here. It seems like this is coming from the chest. And I mean, my goodness gracious, it seems like we're just talking about manufactured pop singers, manufactured singers anyway, people with they can't dance, they can't sing, but my God, they look hot. Let's get them a mic, and and there you go. And anyway, so yeah, it just seems like he's taking it out on them. It's not really, I don't know if he's taking it out on them or he's taking it out on these music producers, executives, whoever it is that make these people up. And, you know, I mean, it's not really on the kid at the end of the day. The kid looks great, but I mean, he's just, you know, as it says later on in the song, you know, there's a replacement for him already. Anyway, he can't dance, he can't sing, he can't do anything, but he looks good. You know, get him out there, get him singing, you know, there you go. Just add cash and stir, and there you are, another nonsense non-star, and then the da-da-das as it's put here, but I do believe he said la 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 at some point. But yeah, again, a non-star, it's all nonsense, you know. Again, it's like, maybe is he going at, this was 2011, so I do believe, you know, these shows existed, you know, shows like American Idol, shows like The Voice, whatever it is, just these, again, these, what the hell is the word I'm looking for? These stars who are just, you know, manufactured, again, they have no realness about them, whatever the hell, I don't know, and, you know, they're all just very cookie cutter. I mean, that comes to mind too. It's just another nonsense non-star, and they'll be gone within a week. What the fuck? There's no pretense. This kid is dense. Again, he is being very rude to the kid, I guess. You know, I did kind of say he's going at the executives most likely too, but the kid's dense, the kid's an idiot, but it's not his fault. But what the hell? The kid's a looker. Again, you know, what the hell though? Here you go. The kid's a looker. Just love the sarcasm. Oh, I love it. Just add cash and stir. And the Crash consumers line up shoulder to shoulder. Again, you know, the Crash consumers, I mean, maybe the teen idol, you know, this kid's a teen idol. I mean, that's what comes to my head. This kind of teen idol kid, whatever, with not really much about him, but he's hot. He can't really even sing unless he's got auto-tune behind him, whatever the hell. And yeah, kids will line up to watch them shoulder to shoulder because he's hot. And then we go on, and I say he, whatever he, she, whatever it is, they're hot, and that's all they are. Sometime through the night, and then here we go. Sometime through the night, the kid, and here in these lyrics here, it says the kid shed his life. But I believe in the recording, he said the kid took his life. Either way, it seems like the kid committed suicide. It seems like so, and then so very sad. And this is not supposed to be funny. It's very dark humor. It's so very sad. However, do not call this number again. It seems like maybe the parents called, the music people, whatever, the producers, whoever it is, this kid's agent, God only knows. Our star took his life. Okay, well, that's so very sad, but don't call this number again. We're busy molding the face of this kid's replacement. Yeah, it's just a cycle that keeps on going and going and going. The next, non-star, whatever, what did Morrissey say? I can't fucking talk. The next nonsense non-star is coming, and, sorry about your kid, but he died, and we need another star. There you go. So anyway, it's just, again, so rude in that way, whatever the hell, but I expect nothing less. I found it funny, even though there's a darkness to it, but I mean, I'd expect, again, nothing less from Morrissey. So what a lot of energy, very energetic, very upbeat, but again, you look at those lyrics and they tell a different story. But I just love this. So thanks for everything. Again, I know some people don't like this song, but just from this video, I was having a lot of fun. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, all that support. And I'll talk to you guys again soon. If not, soon, next week, especially for another Morrissey Friday.